From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN Noon News.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on your MTN Statewide News this Thursday. I'm Jeanelle Slade. With just 5 days to go before the election, Montana's Republican leadership continues its final push today with another big-name guest.
Welcome to the great state of Montana, my great friend, Ted Cruz.
Texas Senator Ted Cruz joined Senator Steve Daines, Representative Greg Gianforte, and other GOP nominees at a Daines campaign event this morning at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Cruz is the latest high-profile Republican to come to Montana this week. Florida Senator Marco Rubio headlined a rally in Great Falls Tuesday, while Donald Trump Jr. is expected in Kalispell this weekend. Their presence shows just how much the GOP believes is at stake in the Treasure State Senate race.
Montana is critical. It is a battleground for the whole country. This Senate race, Steve Daines' Senate race, could easily decide control of the United States Senate. And our country is in a battle fundamentally for the direction we're going.
How Montana votes and how this election turns out in Montana will decide the future of the United States Senate, which will decide the future of the United States Supreme Court. That's why it's so important. There's one message to Montanans: get out and exercise your right to vote. Montana's been hearing from politicians now for far too long. They get to express their voice, and I urge my fellow Montanans to get out and vote.
Cruz, Daines, and others are now on their way to Hamilton for an event in the Bitterroot Valley tonight. Yesterday's Mountain States poll, conducted by MSU Billings, had Governor Steve Bullock leading Daines by 1 point. Well, there will not be a jury trial for the woman charged with hitting a child exiting a school bus in Whitefish last year. Patricia Berliner's case will instead go to mediation. A joint request from Berliner's representation and Flathead County to settle the dispute outside the courtroom was approved by a judge just yesterday. Both parties will now wait for the court to assign a qualified mediator. Berliner, who hit and critically injured 6-year-old Jordana Hubble with her car last November, pleaded not guilty to a charge of felony criminal endangerment in April. Now, that charge filed carries a maximum term of 10 years in prison. Another 7 COVID-19 related deaths reported across Montana today. The state reporting 1 in each Bighorn, Missoula, Musselshell, and Wheatland counties, plus health authorities in Lake, Flathead, and Gallatin counties, each also reporting another death. MTN now reports 359 deaths across the state. There are now more than 31,000 confirmed cases in Montana. Well, just 1 day after reporting 12 COVID-related deaths, the Cascade County Board of Health voted yes to several new restrictions. Starting November 1st, in-person gatherings are now capped at 50 people regardless of social distancing. Schools, polling places, and places of worship do not have to follow that rule. Capacity at bars, restaurants, casinos also moved to 50%. Businesses adhering to the 12:30 a.m. closing time will not have to make any changes for now. And starting this morning in Missoula County, retail stores, bars, and restaurants will be limited to 50% capacity. The measure also restricts events and gatherings to 25 people, and no alcohol can be served after 10 p.m. County health officials also urge young adults to stay away from large social gatherings ahead of the Halloween weekend. Well, Missoula County will delay reopenings in the county courthouse out of caution for public safety due to an increase in positive cases. Most offices will continue to work remotely and stay closed to the public. Certain in-person appointments can be made with the clerk of district court and the county attorney's office. Justice Court continues to limit unnecessary public contact, and almost all hearings are being held by telephone or video. The clerk and treasurer's office will also remain closed.
You know, our lobby is a really small space, and we typically have somewhere between, on a busy day, we'll have more than 500 people coming through our lobby. And on a less busy day, it's usually around 300 people. So we're typically pretty busy, and having that many people in a small space just is not a functional thing for safety.
Now, Granat says most, if not all, services are available online, and the website should have answers to any questions you may have. Well, COVID-19 may be a big factor in a decrease in arrests along the U.S.-Canada border. The latest polls from Border Patrol's Havre sector show that arrests in that area dropped nearly 50% in fiscal year 2020 compared to the previous year. Across Border Patrol as a whole, the sector reports more than 600,000 fewer arrests. Because of the pandemic, the border is closed except for essential travel. Border Patrol also has an increased presence at the border in response to COVID-19. Now, data for the current fiscal year, which started October 1st, suggests arrests could decline again. Well, you may see a drop in your energy bill in the near future. That's because the Montana Public Service Commission has directed Northwestern Energy to refund its customers almost $10 million. The ruling comes after Northwestern increased prices in 2019 due to a 2.5-month shutdown of a coal strip power plant in 2018. Now, the plant was forced to close when it was discovered its emissions were above federal pollution standards. PSC says Northwestern shouldn't have been allowed to pass the revenue loss onto its customers because it should have taken more proactive steps to comply with the standards. Up next on your noon news, do good to feel good. This time of year, those less fortunate need a helping hand. How you can spread joy by donating warmth. But first, meteorologist Ed McIntosh is in next with your statewide weather forecast. Don't go away.